Hey guys, Foxy here. You would hear the sound difference. Right now I am in the bathroom, or my bathroom, because right now my sister is playing Call of Duty 4 on the TV right now, and she has no headphones. So, yeah, you will be hearing that over me talking. And right now, my sister and I kind of have a fight, and well, we're at each other's throats. So, to, not cause any more fighting, so you guys won't hear it, I went to the bathroom. And this will be part 6 to What If Izuku Was a Vigilante. On part 5, I kind of messed up and said it was part 4. I did not remember that was part 5, so I just said part 4 by accident. I am sorry, guys. But fixed. I will definitely have the right, parts to it. You guys will understand when you watch it. I haven't uploaded it yet. It's the day after I made that video. And I just, my voice was killing me. I was tired, so I went to bed early and forgot to post it. But right now, we're just going to hop into this video. It has been 2 months since Izuku has run away from home. 2 months since Izuku saw his father being killed in front of him. 2 months since he took a bite of another human. 2 months since he felt hungry, felt ravaged, felt a deep sense of emptiness in his stomach. Izuku knew what was wrong with him. He knew. He felt it to his bones and to his soul. He knew he was slowly losing his mind because of the hunger that bellows in his stomach like a ravishing beast. But it also has been 2 months of complete freedom. 2 months since he has been on the trash beach. 2 months since he has been collecting or throwing away things. Izuku has gone back to his home and collected things that were precious to him, like photos and bits and pieces of jewelry that his mother had, and his stuffed animal. It was of a green bunny, fluffy and adorable. His mom always said he resembled a bunny, thanks to his poofy hair. With everything that Izuku needed, everything that was a part of his hoard that he got to keep since his stepmother came into the picture. He held these items like a how would you put it? The last line of thread to his soul. The only pieces that remind him of family, that keeps him going throughout the days and not falling in sanity, going off like a beast and killing mercilessly through the people, innocent people who don't even know Izuku. But it has been a good 2 months for him, even though he lost almost everything. Izuku has been free. He collected stuff that he found interesting on the beach. He has also made his underground cave a home. And Izuku found out a cool thing about his quirk. He was able to make his claws so sharp and strong, he was able to cut through the weakened rock. The rock, it was weak, but it was stable. It wouldn't collapse on him in the middle of the night. Izuku has piled stuff in there. It looked like a home if you ignored the water and the obvious caved theme. It felt like home. Everything here brought Izuku happiness. The first item he ever collected from this beach was of a, It was a scarf, a torn up scarf, but it was also patched together with so many different threads. But on the end of the scarf, there was a sewn in sentence. You might be broken, but there are pieces sewn into you that makes up your personality. It reminded Izuku of himself, kind of. To his father, he was just a kid. Well, when his father was under the illusion or whatever the heck was scrambling with his brain. To Jack, he was just a kid wanting some attention and who needed it badly. To the outside world, he was a monster, just waiting to explode, to gobble and eat everyone's soul. Izuku was bits and pieces of that reality. He was a monster, but he also was just a kid. And he was a kid who needed attention. A monstrous kid who thrived on love and needed it badly. But the hunger in his stomach only grew day by day, and the pain was insanity. It was crazy. It drove Izuku up the walls. Even the sharks that he ate couldn't satiate his hunger anymore. So Izuku decided to do something about it. He couldn't keep living his life like this. He's going to explode one day and kill someone innocent. So why not take a bite out of a bad person, a villain, who actually deserves it? Why not do that instead of causing himself harm? Without Izuku's knowledge, the insanity, or the brain, the thing that was making Izuku so crazy was merging with his brain. It was a kind of a difficult subject. The insanity part wasn't taking control. Instead, it was merging and latching on to the Izuku, to his soul, and becoming one, which pushed Izuku to make his own vigilante gear. Izuku was decked out in black and green. He had a mask covering his mouth. And he was covered head to toe in fabric, so no one could see his features. He also had a frying pan, a staff, a wooden staff, which came from a broken broom. Still usable. And that was all. He also had some tape, good old duct tape. We'll get the job done and keep it done for a long, long time. So, at midnight, when the moon was high in the sky and the stars were dazzling, Izuku took the first step into vigilantism and to crave his hunger. He went into the city, and he could feel his brain screaming at him in a loud, shrill voice, begging him to eat, to grab the nearest person and dig into their flesh, ripping out skin, muscle, and tendons, and scarfing on the remains. But thanks to the 2 months of pushing down his hunger, he was able to be somewhat normal. People did give him secondary glances, but he primarily just stuck to the shadows. No one paid attention to shadows, especially ones covered in dark clothing, head down. They were basically invisible to the world. No one paid attention to them, since they fit so well in the black, in the shadows. No one would pay attention. So Izuku skillfully fell into the shadows completely, weaving through and out of alleyways, scouting for potential prey. Izuku shook his head. Human beings aren't prey, and Izuku will not be killing. He will only take a few bites out of them. That's all. That will be all. Izuku's footsteps were quiet, so quiet you barely could hear them. Izuku was forced to learn how to be quiet when his stepmother was home. She would scream and yell at Izuku while throwing pots and pans at him. Maybe a vase. Izuku never knew, and Izuku never looked forward to having something thrown at him. Izuku did not realize it before, but since now he's interacting with his savage side, he realized that it was his animalistic side that hated something being thrown at it and wanted to jump and eat just to get rid of the bug. But soon Izuku found a villain. The villain didn't look too special. The man was skinny and frail, covered in dark clothing similar to Izuku's. But the man was threatening a woman. The woman was wearing a dazzling red dress that accentuated her curves, making her look extremely beautiful and very alluring. Her hair was a blonde color, similar to gold, and seemed to shine so brightly Izuku thought it was a quirk. Her eyes were a dazzling emerald, but not at the same time. It was similar to a forest green with some light specks in it. The man was holding a knife to her throat, and she looked at the man, terrified. Izuku stalked like a predator in the night, waiting so patiently. When the man finally stopped talking, Izuku took down his mask and started to sing. It was of a lullaby. The lullaby was, had a hypnosis feeling to it. It lured people into sleep and unawareness. Izuku's pitch or voice got higher, and his voice became louder. The man was swaying back and forth along with the woman. Izuku looked around while singing. He felt no one around him, and didn't see, hear, or smell no one, only those two. So Izuku carefully crept up behind the man, still keeping his voice at a reasonable level. When he got near the man, he quickly knocked out the woman and pounced on the man. The man was still in a daze, but he quickly snapped out of it when he felt his shoulder being chewed. The man was about to let out a horrified scream, but a hand clasped around his throat, claws digging in. The man saw a person chewing on his shoulder. Bits of flesh and blood ran down their white skin, dripping to the ground with drops. Drip, drip, drip. The man was so horrified he couldn't breathe. But the person spoke up before the man could think any further. Don't scream, don't scream. That would not be pleasant for you. Can't you see that my claws are near your throat? It'll be so very easy to claw out your voice box, wouldn't it? Izuku squeezed the man's throat just a bit, having his nails dig just a bit into the delicate skin. The man nodded. Good. Quickly, Izuku grabbed the man's head and lifted the head and slammed it into the ground again and again and again until the man passed out. There was bleeding on the back of the head, but Izuku didn't feel any breaks. So the man just simply passed. The worst thing that could happen to the man is a severe concussion. Izuku didn't care. This man was scum. Izuku saw how his hands drifted over the woman like poison. It disgusted Izuku. So Izuku took a few bites out of him, more than recommended. But Izuku absolutely didn't want this man to touch another woman. So he lifted the hand to his mouth and chomped on the fingers. They broke with a satisfied crunch. I guess it was true. Fingers are like carrots, so easy to break. The man was still passed out, but his body twitched, and the man let out whimpers of pain. Izuku felt satisfied. But the man was bleeding way too much. God damn it, I can't kill him. Then Izuku remembered a bit about his quirk. Izuku was able to summon some sort of fire, if he remembered correctly. So Izuku carefully used his telekinesis and his voice and blew out a gust of flame while keeping a low pitch. The flame bursted out in beautiful orange light. Izuku found a wooden, no, not wooden spoon. It was a big metal spoon. And when Izuku lit it on fire, well, he didn't light it on fire, he just simply heated it so much that it glowed a dim orange. Izuku carefully placed the heated metal spoon against the bite marks. The bite marks weren't big, but they were deep. Soon, the wounds were catalyzed along with his fingers. The man had no fingers and broken bones. Izuku felt satisfied. The monster in his stomach also hummed with satisfaction. Izuku quickly called 911 and changed his voice just a bit to sound like a very young girl, scared and terrified. He shouted into the phone, oh my god, there's a woman, she was being held, and there was a knife against her throat, and this skinny looking dude was holding a knife to her, and I saw a gray figure coming out of nowhere, and then someone over the line spoke to Izuku, or what they thought a little girl. It's okay, dearie. It's okay. Just tell me what happened. Is the man still there? No, he's just knocked out, I believe. Whoever came knocked them out quickly and left. The person said a few comforting words and told Izuku to stay on the line. Izuku did not. The phone belonged to the woman, so he felt fine with just leaving the phone there. Izuku did take a few bucks away from the woman. He needed it more. And wherever that woman got that dress, it must have been expensive. So, this shouldn't be too bad. Just a couple 20s. The woman can probably have it back by the end of the week. So Izuku ran off, going back home. Izuku did not want to test his luck. But months go by, soon a year. Now Izuku is 11, and Izuku's vigilante name is Chompers. Yeah, it's a silly name. But it's thanks to the police officers and the victim, or the villain victim, whatever the heck you want to say it. People knew him as the Chomper Vigilante. Chomps a few pieces of meat, or bites, off the villains before knocking them out, then taking a few more bites. But no one could actually find out about Zuko, or Chomper. Not his age, his hair color, or he's male or female. But they're going with male for now since the victims, or villain victims, said that he appeared to be a boy. But for poor Zuko, a underground hero soon gains the case to capture Chompers and bring him in. And the underground hero is a Razorhead. This will be the ending of part 6. And yeah. And guys, I will have, I know this is very late, but I have a Halloween special, or, a new series that primarily goes along with Halloween. I know it has been a few months since Halloween, but I've been trying to work out the nitty-gritty details of the story. And it's a zombie story. I just want to know if you guys would like this idea. Let me explain. I was thinking of calling it, What If Izuku Was a Zombie? Now, this will be a apocalyptic UA. And this is where the world goes into chaos and Izuku becomes a zombie. But a very cute zombie. Now, Izuku is lost in the wreckage of oh, I am losing breath. Jeez Weasley. Guys, I think I am sick. Well, I think I know I'm sick right now, but I'm not too certain. Yeah, I'm making no sense here. Either way, back onto the story. So Izuku is in a rundown city, and he's all alone. And Izuku stumbles upon a injured Katsuki, or Kachan. And I'm not going to explain too much because then it's just going to ruin what I want you guys to, see or listen to, whichever one you prefer. But yeah, and there will be more details of Izuku, or if you guys want, Zombie Zuku. But I also have been coming up with a secondary plan to see, or hey guys, I was kicked out of the bathroom, but bonus, my bedroom is free now. Yay! And yeah, my secondary plan will be like a ghost era thing. I'm still working out the kinks with that one, but I think I'll just freehand that one. So, what if Izuku was a zombie, or what if Izuku was a ghost? Your choices, guys, your choices. But either way, this will be the ending of part 6. I hope y'all have a good night or day. Right after this, I'm going to test out the zombie or ghost one because, I have to get in the mood for it to see what will happen. So yeah, yippee.